Hey you guys, what is up? What is happening? What is going on with you today? I am Ashley with AEHM Artistry, and as promised, here is my video right here, right now. What you're watching, well, you already know because you clicked on this video, but I am here to deliver to you guys my 3 looks, 1 palette tutorial style video using the Jeffree Star Shane Dawson Conspiracy Palette. I'll pop up on the screen right here the looks that you can expect from today's video. We really get down into the nitty gritty and we figure out how most things are going because I use quite a bit of shades. There are differences throughout each, and I will say right now, I do come into a couple snafus, so you'll have to stay tuned and check out what those are and how we can work through them and stuff like that. So if you are new to my face, new to my channel, new to this mug right here, I would love it if you would consider at any point in time in the video, you don't have to do it right now, you can think it over, you know, and see if you like my style, you like my speed. I would love it if you would consider subscribing at any point in time. That way you get notified when I post new videos, which is about 3 times a week. So if you decide you want to do it, you just go down there, scroll down, see the little red button, and click the subscribe button. Bada bing, bada boom. There we go, jiffy jab. Anyways, enough jibber jabbing, enough about all of that. If you want to see my tutorials and the looks that I created using the Jeffree Star Shane Dawson Conspiracy Palette, then you're in the right place. So all you need to do now is sit back, hang tight, and keep on watching. Beep, 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 beep. Up first, we're going to be doing this blown out, smoky, orangey, greenish type of vibe. And you guys, I'm totally feeling like snaky and like reptilian, and I can dig it. Let's jump into it. Now I'm going to be starting off each and every eye tutorial the exact same way, so I don't need to go into it each and every time. Let me tell you what it is with this first look. So going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eye primer, I primed my eyes, already did my brows obviously, and I didn't do any of my face makeup, as you can see. And it looks nice and intense when my brows are just done, I know. But if you saw my last video, then you already know that I experienced a lot of fallout with both this palette and the mini controversy, so I'm gonna learn my lesson and not have my face makeup done. If I don't get a lot of fallout this round by chance, then I can just jump into the next one and I can have my face makeup done. I don't know. But I'm optimistic, I am. And then I went ahead and just set underneath the brow, just along that area, with my Belle Jordan Makeup Obsession collab palette. This is the shade Starlight in the palette, and it's just like the perfect setting shade for me, at least, because it doesn't have too much pigment. It sets everything down. I leave the rest tacky so that the pigments can actually stick of the colors that I'm gonna be using. All right, now that that's out of the way, I don't have to say it all again. Let's jump in to applying this. So I'm gonna be starting out with a transition shade. I'm gonna dip right into NIKON. Oh, scandalous, I know. And I'm gonna buff that out. Ooh, that has some good pigment already. That's good. Never know with those transition shades. Are they gonna be too light where they don't even show up, or are they gonna be just right? This one pretty good. I'm gonna focus it mostly right up here on the upper eyelid area. Okay, that was a breeze to blend out. Yay. Yay for good transition shades. Now taking the shade Cheese Dust, which is the Cheetos looking one. Eee, I love that. And I love that they put Cheese Dust and Flaming Hot next to each other. And I'm going to be buffing this actually into the crease, not bringing it up as high as I just laid down the transition shade. This brush that I'm using is more of a pointed blending brush versus the first one I used. The first one I used is a Sigma E35 brush, so you see that one is more round and fluffy. This one has a little bit more of a point, so it gets into the crease area a little bit better. Sorry, this brush isn't available from Alter Ego anymore, at least right now, so I can't necessarily recommend it or not. It is really good though, and hopefully they bring it back one day. That is blending really gorgeously into that other shade. Wow, so pretty. Look at that. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Now, because my eyes are slightly hooded, what I like to do when I'm doing more detailed looks where I want to make sure I can see the color is I'll look straight forward. It's hard to like video that because my mirror's down here. Here, I'll look straightforward and I'll see, did it come up enough? So I did bring it up just a little bit right here, or else it's kind of lost. So for this look, I want to be able to see the orange shade right there a little bit. So if I look straight forward, it kind of disappears a little bit. So that's why I brought it up there. So just a little tip if you have any kind of hood to your eyes. I know it's not noticeable most of the time because I'm like doing this and I'm kind of like adjusting my angles in my head so I can show off the shadows more. But when you're just talking to me in like regular day life or head on, you won't really be able to see anything until I blink or look down or whatever. Now taking the shade Illuminat with my little crease cutting brush, because it's like a shimmer type of shade. This is more of like a plasticky feel synthetic brush, so it should be able to pick up the powder better. If not, I will wet my brush because I want to avoid using my fingers if possible, because I got these claws, man, and it's just not preferable to use my finger in any situation, whether I have the nails or not. So let's see if this will stick fine. That's doing just fine. Good, good, good. How far do I want to bring it though? Because I want to use the shade Sleep Paralysis also. I think I'll go to right there and then bring it up a little bit. I don't know if I want to keep that carved out or blend it out. I'll decide in a second, but I want to, just for giggles, take my spray and wet my brush. This is the Tarte Stay Spray, but any either facial spray or even just wetting it with water should work fine. And then I want to dip into that same Illuminat and pop it on the other side because I want to see if there's any difference. Oh, there is. Ooh, awesome sauce. Oh yeah, much more metallic now. This side is more soft looking and actually almost more matte. Weird. This side though gives off that more metallic, almost fly-like. You know what I mean? You know, like the scales or the eyes of the fly. I don't know. That's really pretty. Okay. I like that even more now. Even more. All right, cool, cool. And I was able to avoid using my finger, so I'm happy. Yay! Now let me even out the other side so it matches. Oh, this isn't that surprising, but the side that I wet it first, I have almost no fallout. I have one itty bitty tiny flake. The side that I didn't wet it, a lot more fallout. So wetting the brush hopefully will help with that fallout for the metallic shades. It won't help for the matte shades because I'm not gonna wet my brush for a matte shade, but that is that's noteworthy. I might try to use Trisha in a little bit. I mean, you guys already know what I use, but that one gave me a lot of difficulty and I want to work it out. I'm gonna figure it out. So I went ahead and kind of smoked out that green shade. So I'm gonna go through it with you really quickly because obviously this is an eye tutorial. Why wouldn't I? But I want to say that this is a lot more detailed work. So you're working with that area. And for me in particular, it's a very small area that I'm blending. So I love my Luxie mini eye detailing brushes. If you don't have a lot of lid space to work with, or you have any kind of hood to your eyes, like I said, this is amazing. Or if you like to do really detailed looks. This comes as like a brush set of 5 or whatever. If I can remember, I'll link them down below, but they are perfect little detailing brushes. And for this situation, it's just perfect. So I'm taking this one. This is the Luxie 151 mini flat brush, and I'm dipping it into Illuminati, not wetting it or anything. And I'm very gently buffing that out, trying not to take it too high. That's why these mini detailing brushes come in handy, because you don't want to be like, you just want itty bitty little bits. All right, that is softened. Now I'm gonna go in with Cheese Dust, which is the orange shade, and kind of blend those together a little itty bitty tiny bit on the edge of that. Now I'm gonna go back in with the little pointed tip blending brush that I was using, and very gently, I'm gonna bring up the orange shade a little tiny bit. And then my super fluffy brush to soften that edge. Now I'm gonna go in with a Sleep Paralysis, and I'm just gonna wet my brush wire right off the bat because it's a metallic-y shade, but just a theory. You could use Just a Theory too if you want it to be a little bit brighter, but I want it to be kind of grungy and smoky right now. I said I was gonna wet my brush and then I went in without it wet. Get it together, get it together. Ooh, really cool. Really cool. Ooh, I'm gonna keep that cut because that looks really cool. Yeah. Now I'm wetting my brush again, and I'm gonna take that shade all the way, not all the way, but like into the green a little tiny bit. It's just this little detail work that just looks really pretty. So I did that over there already. I'm just extending it a little tiny bit, and it just looks cool. And then make sure to gently blend on that line in between the green. What's really cool is this shade is like a gunmetal shade, and I don't know if I've ever seen that in an eyeshadow before. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, let's do the lower lash line real quick. What do I want to do? I'm always in this mess. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with Illuminati, and I'm not wetting it yet. I'm just gonna soften and blend it out. And then make sure to connect your other green from the top. Ooh. Okay, looks crazy right now. Don't get me wrong, but we're gonna clean it up in a little bit, don't worry. Okay, now I'm going to wet my brush one more time. Maybe one more time, I shouldn't say that. I might be wetting it for the inner corner. And I'm gonna go back into Illuminati and just deepen up as close to the lower lash line as I can without getting it in my eye. Okay, it's a process. Don't worry, it's a process. Well, I say that, but you guys have already seen what it comes out as. Now I'm having a hard time trying to decide if I want to do a green right there, or like an orange, or like a gold. Oh, both would be so cool. Oh, that would be popping. I pretty much always go with Urban Decay Torch Liner, so I'm not gonna do it this time. I'm not, but that would be really cool. This is like my favorite liner of all time for my lower waterline. But I'm gonna use the LA Girl Glide On Gel Liner, and this is in the shade Limelight. There is that. One more thing we need to do, and that is the inner corner highlight. Now I'm gonna go in with Ranch, but like I experienced in my first impressions video, it's not quite as vibrant as I wish that it was. It's very odd. It's a very, very odd shade. So I might bump it up with my facial highlighter when I go in and do the rest of my makeup. We will see. It looks powdery instead of shimmery. It's not my favorite. So yeah, I'll definitely bump that up a little tiny bit. It doesn't need a lot for this look. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my makeup and lashes and everything, and we will talk specifications about a few things that I am using in case you're interested. All right, I am back, and I have to say I'm feeling very like reptilian, a little bit of Slytherin vibes. I'm feeling that. I am feeling this look. I'm gonna pop up on the screen everything all done and zoomed in so you guys can see more detail. Now, in case you're interested in knowing some specifications about what else is on my face and on my eyes, for the lashes, I know that they are dramatic and poppin', so of course you don't have to do something that dramatic like that. But these are from Rouge and Rogue, and they're in the style Slayer in case you do like them and you are into them. And then on my upper waterline, I actually went and did a white eyeliner. I just used the NYX white eyeliner, liquid liner. It's not the best, but it was good as like a base. And then I went in with my ColourPop BFF liquid liner. This is a green one called The Hills, and I just think that looks really cool. I didn't think it needed a black on the upper waterline. Of course you can do that and it'll deepen the look a little bit more, but I like how it kind of matched with the bottom liner that we did. And then for my lips, in case you're interested, because I wanted to keep it kind of like a brownie tone nude, it's the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner in Sandstorm, topped with the Dose of Color Lip It Up lipstick in Toast. And then I pulled this out, which I hadn't used in a while. It's the Hip.X SpongeBob lip gloss. It's like a gold lip gloss, so it just shines in like the light of these little tiny gold reflects. You can layer this up and like make it really, really gold, but I wanted to keep it more soft and subtle today. And then for my base makeup, it's pretty much going to be the same in each and every look, you guys, but if you are interested, it's the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Foundation, the Jeffree Star Magic Star Concealer, lots of magic going on here, the Milk Makeup Setting Powder, Smashbox Contour Kit. Well, I will say the blush that I used for this look, because I wanted to keep it in that kind of orangey tone family, since we have that going on as a base. This is from the e.l.f. palette, the Total Face palette, and this blush right here. For some reason, it's probably, I don't know if it picks up on camera enough, but in person, it's just a soft, just a peachy hint of color. It's just a hint for my skin tone, at least. Highlighter, I'll probably just use this Ofra Rodeo Drive for each look, but we'll see. We will see. But enough about this look. We got another one to do. Let's go ahead and move on to look number 2. This next look, I wanted to do something neutral and soft glam, and I really love how this look turned out. So if you want to see how to create this look, then just keep watching. Oh, that's a good stretch. That's a good one. Hey, 6 a.m. Ashley over here, and let's do this neutrally vibe look. So I already primed and prepped my lids, of course, and I'm gonna go straight in with NIKON right here and blend out my upper lid, like above the crease. Kind of similar to what we did in the last tutorial, except I'm gonna be blending it out all the way over here, extending it. I love that shade. That honestly might be one of my favorite neutrally brown transition shades I've ever used, at least on my skin tone. That is so pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my smaller blending brush. So the first one I was using is the Sigma E35 brush. It's way fluffy. This one is ever so tightly smaller and almost has a little stiffer feel. This is the BH Cosmetics blending brush that was in the Rose Romance brush set. And I'm gonna be going into Diet Root Beer now and buffing this into the actual crease now, but not extending it as high up as we just laid down NIKON. All right, also love the Diet Root Beer shade. That is so pretty, and it was so easy to build it up and blend it out. So I love those two neutral shades. Wow, so pretty. So now I'm gonna take Diet Root Beer again and pop it right down here on the corner of my eye. Yeah, that popped on so easily. So simple dimple. And then before we move on, I'm gonna go ahead and do the lower lash line. Same shades, just different spot. Make sure it's connected to the top. Okay, there we go. All right, moving on. So now I'm gonna take Just a Theory. I don't know if I need to cut the crease or not, like with concealer or primer. So I'm gonna try doing it without cutting with this brush. You know what? I'm gonna wet it a little bit because that tends to work out better with this palette and the metallic-y shimmery shades. So now I'm gonna take Just a Theory on my slightly dampened brush. Let's place it right onto that space that's left over. Oh yeah, see, now my brush isn't like as wet and it's just not as vibrant. Okay, I think with his metallic shades, we really need to be working with wet brushes here, which isn't always great when that's like you have to do that to make it be like this, but I guess we'll make it work. We'll make do with what we got, right? But the good news is I didn't have to go in and carve my crease out like with a concealer or anything because it's laying down fine. I mean, there was primer already there originally, but you know what I mean? Like I didn't have to do like an extra cutting. I think wetting the brush was totally helpful in that. I guess if I went and carved it out with a concealer or something, maybe I wouldn't need to go in with wetting it, but it's a theory I would have to test at a later date. And I'm just gonna gently blend that into the matte that we laid down. Now, really quickly, just one option to throw out there for you guys. If doing a cut crease like this isn't your speed, isn't your style, you're not into it, I think what a really pretty look would be, and especially more like workplace and not as time consuming. This was pretty quick, but you do have to do more like detailed work. You could take your finger and pat it on and press it out and give it like a softer blown out look really easily, and it totally would change the vibe of this look. So just an option. You don't have to do exactly like I do, of course. I mean, you literally could do whatever you want, but I just want to throw it out there to, you could try doing like a blended out, you know, softer shimmer if this isn't really your speed. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and finish my whole look, liner, lashes, all of that stuff, and I'll be back in a jiff. All right, you guys, here is the finished look, all done up and all complete. But for those of you that do not like to wear any kind of falsies, I did want to pop in some video of this look without any kind of false lashes on. I applied the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara, and I kind of like pulled my lashes off to the side to give that kind of softer winged out type of lash look. Since my lashes are a little bit longer, that is a really cool technique. If you also have some longer lashes too, that you can also do to make your eyes kind of more elongated. So that's really pretty, but I definitely wanted to glam it up a little bit more. So I took the Kiss lashes in the style Boudoir, and they are perfect because they're really soft and fluttery and winged out on the sides, and then they're very thin towards the inner corner. And I just think it looks so so pretty. I also, on my wing, I did a brown liquid liner. I used the Tartist liquid liner that I got in the holiday kit right here. It's the first time I've used it, and I can't say I recommend it yet. It seemed a little bit like watery, and like it stayed sticky for like too long. Like I think at least 10 or 15 minutes after applying it. So I'm gonna have to keep playing with that and see. I don't know, we're not reviewing that, but I just wanted to mention that because I know some of you guys watch my other videos and know that I'm testing out all of the holiday stuff right now. Really simple on the lower lash line for liner. I just went in with the Makeup Geek Nude Liner just all the way to the corner right here. And then on the rest of the lower lash line, just on the corner, I used the other side of the Tartist liner because it's dual ended. So it's a brown, and one side is a gel crayon and the other side is liquid. But whatever you prefer for brown, liquid, and liner, that's what you can go with, really. Now I threw on this very vampy liquid lipstick. Of course you don't have to do this. You could do like a nice neutrally shade if you're trying to make it more toned down and everything, but I wanted to kind of take it to the next level. So I used the Milani Satin Matte, and this is in the shade Crimson Curse. This was a part of their fall Halloween collection. I'm not sure if you could get it year round, but if you can, check it out. It's really pretty. I love this formula. It's super nice. Okay, one more look, let's go. And for the last and final look, we are gonna be doing this pink and yellow blown out spotlight halo eye, whatever you want to call it. And I wanted to do a look like this because I really wanted to dig into Trisha and food videos. A lot of you guys commented on my previous first impressions videos saying you were having major difficulties getting Trisha to work for you as well. So I wanted to see if we could figure out a way to make it work today. So let's check it out. So I've already primed and prepped my eyes. I'm going to go in first with pigment right here, cute little play on words. And we're gonna very lightly blend out right up here above the crease. And I am using my Sigma E35 brush to blend that out. However, I am going to be focusing this on the sides of my upper eyelid because we are of course creating that little spotlight vibrance situation right there. This shade is so pretty. It's totally like a little piglet shade. How cute. Oh, it's adorable. Now to reach into my inner corner a little bit better but blend out, I'm gonna use my Sigma E25 brush. It's just more flat and blendy. I use it a lot. And while we're on this shade, I'm gonna go ahead and do the same exact thing on the lower lash line, connecting the edges over here. I'm gonna go in with my little, this is the tiny itty bitty concealing brush from the BH Cosmetics Rose Romance set. This is what I use to carve out my brows, to carve my crease, and to lay down these metallic-y type of shades that I'm going to have to wet because that's what's been going on. Hopefully I won't have to use my finger for this next shade. I really hope not, but we're gonna find out right now. So I wet my brush very well with the Tarte Stay Spray, and I'm gonna go in with Trisha. This is the one that gave me some difficulties with the first impressions eye look, so hopefully things will go better now that I'm wetting it because I didn't try it this way. And I'm gonna be placing it onto the lid now on both sides, hopefully things go well. Okay, it's doing okay. It's doing okay. It's honestly not as bangarang as I thought it was gonna be. I don't know what it is. I'm sure if I tapped it on with my finger, it would be a little bit better. I just personally feel like I've worked with better hot pinks before, so it is a little bit disappointing, honestly. But of course, we're gonna go with it today. We're gonna make it work. I have to like constantly wet my brush or else it's just not showing up. Or it's showing up patchy, or at least, and like not even a smidge vibrant. I'm gonna be taking it up and patting it out kind of to blend it with the other shade a little bit. All right, oddly enough, I got fallout even though my brush was wet. So that's just weird, just note that. Now I'm gonna go in with a wet brush again and try to get this to stick as close to the waterline as possible to deepen up this bottom area, right over where we put the pigment shade. And then kind of connect it to the top a little bit. Okay, it's starting to look vibrant and cool now. Lots of layering and finessing though. Now I'm going to, since it's kind of like a weird, one of those weird formulas in the palette, like in the mini controversy I was experiencing, where it looks metallic, but it's almost like a matte metallic. Weird. So I'm gonna see if I can blend this one a little bit, and if it would just be like more matte when you blend it. So I'm gonna take this little pointed brush and blend it into pigment. Yeah, it's working fine like that. Weird. Huh. Maybe it's just not meant to be like a vibrant, like it's vibrant, but it's not like shiny metallic, but it looks like it would be. It's odd. Ugh, I just realized how dry it feels when I swatch it. Weird shade. See, when you rub it, it gets that shine, but like I can't put that kind of effort into applying that on my eyelid or I'll rip my eyelid off. So it's a unique shade. That's a nice way of putting it. But it is blending into this shade nicely. So maybe just use it more like a pink matte? I don't know. Okay. That's pretty. That is pretty. We're making it work, baby. We're figuring this palette out. Now I'm gonna take my Anastasia Beverly Hills Eye Primer. If you don't have this one, just use a concealer that kind of dries down a little bit. That isn't like, doesn't stay too wet or anything. Because you totally swap that out for this one, because what we're gonna be doing is we're going to just be kind of carving out that spotlight area. I'm gonna bring it all the way up. Some people don't like to bring it all the way up, and you don't have to. Ooh, okay, that shade is really cool when mixed with the ABH primer and the pink. Let me just clean that brush off a little bit better, but that might be cool. It's almost like the P. Louise colors. Interesting. This pink shade doesn't want to come off of my brush now. Now it's in there real good. Just taking it all the way up and then tapping it out. And then I'll take it on the sides here and make sure that's blended into the pink a little bit. Now I'm gonna go in with Food Videos, and you guys, I have to say this, I feel like this neon lemon lime shade is the shade that so many brands have tried to create, but oftentimes fallen flat, at least the ones that I've used. So I feel like if anybody were to nail this shade, it would be Jeffree Star, but we will see right now. So I'm gonna tap that right over that. Yeah, that is already instantly looking real good, real good. And I also feel like, moment for conspiracy talk, I feel like this shade should have been in Jawbreaker because it's the outside of the mini Jawbreaker palette. I mean, it'd be perfect. Which makes me have my conspiracy moment right now. Does Jeffree Star do that on purpose? Because Jawbreaker looks like it was being made at the same time the Shane Dawson palette was. And then the whole thing that's going on with the unnamed green shade that everybody wants. Does he make palettes that look a certain way on the outside that makes you want to have a certain shade on the inside, and then the palette doesn't have that, and then the next launch it has that? Maybe it's far-fetched, I don't know, but I feel like I really wanted a shade like this in Mini Jawbreaker. Now here is the next launch, and here it is. And then we all really want that green shade, not all of us, but some of us really want that unnamed green shade. But is he gonna have that shade in the next palette? And we're all gonna be like, oh, okay, now I want that. You know what I mean? Like it's a subliminal message thing, a conspiracy perhaps? I don't know. What if the whole conspiracy of it was the whole conspiracy of everything that was going on? Just saying. Anyways, back to this shade. Let me know your thoughts down below. Am I onto something? Am I? But this shade is really pretty, so I don't care either way. I don't care. That is really, really pretty. It's almost coming up more yellow. I don't know if it's because it's against the pink, but in the pan, it looks more like neon green, but it's coming across yellow. Still super, super pretty, of course, but just wanted to throw it out there for you guys, you know. And I'm gonna make sure that I take the edges there and just kind of blend it a little bit. As you just saw, I extended the Food Videos onto the lower lash line part. Now for some eyeliner really quickly. I'm gonna use the LA Girl Shockwave Neon Liners. This is the eyeliner, this is technically a lip liner, so use at your own risk. Probably not supposed to be by the eye area, but neither are some of these shades, quite frankly, in this palette, because they are pigments. So I'm gonna use the shade Pop, which is the pink one, onto the sides. Just blending in what we just did, really. These liners are super affordable and they're awesome and I love them. And then I'm gonna go in with Screamin' right here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do just a tight line of liquid liner up top, throw on some lashes, clean up this fallout, and we will wrap up this video. All right, so the rest of the look is all complete, and of course, let's talk details really quickly. So I actually went ahead and added a little bit of inner corner highlight, but palette doesn't have a good inner corner highlight in my opinion that I love. We already used the shade Ranch earlier, and you guys saw it just wasn't giving me the vibes that I was looking for. So I went in with my pinkish style highlighter from Ofra. This is the Ofra Nikki Tutorials collab palette in the shade Cloud 9, and it has that beautiful pinky fiery shift to it. And I think that it blended really nicely with the Trisha shade actually, and it looks really just a little amped up. For lashes, I went in with the House of Lashes in the style Knockout. These are my go-to lashes when I do a spotlight or halo eye, because I feel like the shadow still comes through behind the lashes. You can still see it. It doesn't completely take it away like the giant ones we used in the first look. And then for my blush, I went in with a Tarte Trio from the 9 Ways to Shine Cheek Wardrobe. I used this one right here in that gunmetal palette. I just very gently tapped it. It's hard. I know blush doesn't really show up in camera that well, but it's more pinky undertone, but still like not too in your face bubblegum pink, because I think there's enough going on that has that. And then for my lippies, in case you're interested, I use the NYX lip liner in the shade Mauve, the Revolution Pro from the Makeup Revolution. It's a sister brand. The Stripped shade. I love this nude shade. Just has a little bit of pink undertone to it. It's beautiful. And then I topped it off with one of the glosses from the Too Faced Better Not Pout, but if you do, keep it glossy set. This is in the shade Sugar Plum, and if I don't have a review video of that up yet, it will be coming very soon, of that whole lip gloss system. So just a little heads up. Yeah, that's the whole look all completed and all done up for you guys to see and check out. Let me know down in the comments below, what was your favorite look out of the 3 different ones? Is there any of them that you want to create? Also let me know, are there any other shades in this palette that you really want me to do a look with? I have a couple in mind, honestly. This is a whole holiday section right here, you guys. It is. So I will do at least one more soon-ish, you know, maybe beginning of December. Depends, because I have a lot to do still, and we still have the mini controversy to do. I'm gonna try to do a 3 looks 1 palette. I don't feel as inspired with that palette, I'll be completely honest, but I know. I mean, there's 9 shades in there. I have to be able to come out with something. There's just a couple shades in there that were giving me a hard time in the last video. So, all right, you guys, that is it for this video, doing the 3 looks 1 palette using the Jeffree Star Shane Dawson Conspiracy Palette. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope you got to know this palette a little bit more. I definitely did. I've definitely learned a thing or two about a thing or two. So I'm always super excited and super happy to do these types of videos for you guys. If you do like these types of videos, definitely give this video a thumbs up. That way I know this is something that you enjoy. And if you are new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, I would love it if you would consider at this time going down and hitting that little red subscribe button. That way you get notified when I post new videos, which is about 3 times a week. Thank you all so much for watching this video today though, and I'll see you in my next one. In the meantime, I hope that every single one of you out there, every single one of you, seriously, I'm talking to you, have a great, freaking awesome, wonderful, beautiful day.